I look really crazy because I just finished crying in the back of a police car. I'm gonna insert some videos that I took, but basically this police officer comes by my sister's apartment complex. I guess he works to monitor the pool, and I guess guests are supposed to have wristbands. I didn't have a wristband. This is my first time at my sister's pool. Apparently my sister didn't get me a wristband because it's a Sunday, so she was like, the office is closed, and that's why she didn't get me one. She just thought, well, if they're closed, I guess you can just come, whatever, I don't know. Police officer asked us if we have wristbands. My sister and Sloan were like, our wristbands are in our bags, and I told the officer their bags are over there, so that way he knew, like, that's why we were walking away. And he was like, yeah, y'all can go get them. So my sister goes to get her wristband, Sloan grabs hers, she went back to playing volleyball, and then my sister was like, well, how do we get you a wristband? Like, what do I do? And I'm like, just go ask the police officer. And she was like, I don't want to. He was being rude to us, which he was. He like had an attitude. I didn't really like it, but whatever. And I was like, that's fine, I'll just ask him. But when I was gonna go ask him, I saw him pick up trash, throw it away, and then walk to his vehicle. So I was like, okay, what is he doing? So I'm standing there looking, and then he gets in his car and drives off. And I was like, okay. So we grab our bags, and then we went to the sand volleyball court because we were just gonna wait till Sloan finished so we could leave. We're sitting down waiting, the police officer comes back, and he's just like, did you get your wristbands? And I was like, I don't have one. He asked for my ID, he asked for my sister's ID, and then he just told us like, I'm gonna give out citations. Someone was being very snaky, whatever, saying that, oh, we're gonna go get wristbands in the front office or something like that, and I don't know. But I was like, oh, we didn't say that. And he was like, well, someone said it. And I was like, we didn't say that. And he was like, well, it's said in this area. And I was like, yeah, maybe in that area, like somewhere right here, but like not right here. And then he's like, I'm going to give citations. And then Sloan was behind me, and she was like, well, we don't know what to do, like to get her a wristband or something like that. I don't know. And he was like, well, y'all are college girls. You're not dumb. You're not dumb. And I was like, no, we're not. No, we're not dumb. He's like, you know what? You're giving me attitude. And so he looked at my friend, and my friend Carissa, who was also with us, and she didn't have her wristband either. And he was like, you know what? You're very quiet. You're not arguing with me. You're not giving me attitude. You're good. But you're giving me attitude. You're going to get a citation. You're detained. And I was like, detained? And he was like, yes. He's like, can you go to my car? I was like, okay, whatever. Then I started recording. Even if I did give this police officer attitude, that's not against the law. I didn't like that he was basically trying to call us liars, saying that it was one of us who said that sneaky comment, and it just wasn't. And so yeah, I didn't like that he said that. He treated me like a criminal. I don't know why he put me in the back of his car. Like yes, he could detain me, I guess, but like I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just telling him we didn't make that comment. That wasn't us. We weren't being sneaky. This is my sister. She lives here. My sister gave him her apartment. Like, I was like, I'm not trespassing whatsoever. Like, I'm with my sister. We just didn't know how to get wristbands because the office is closed, whatever. Yeah, he put me in the back of his car, and I just felt like that was abuse of power. I don't know. Maybe I pissed him off that I gave him attitude. Don't know, but I'm just going to show you all the videos. And I cried. Okay, so just don't listen, or don't worry about that.
I have to sit in there?
Yes.
Are you going to close the door on me?
Yes.
Oh, wait, where am I going?
You're not going anywhere. I just got to do the citation here.
Wait, so I'm like really confused why I'm getting a citation. Because you said I had an attitude, but it's like, I don't appreciate how you said there was snaky behavior, but I'm not a liar. And like, okay. I was there with my sister.
Here's the thing. I asked y'all to leave if you don't have a wristband.
And we went to go follow you. I don't know if you saw us, but when you were exiting the gate, I was walking towards you, but then you got in your car and drove off.
But y'all were standing there, and even when I was in my car.
We were packing our bags.
Even when I was in my car, all y'all did was keep staring. I went to go check the other pool.
Yes, we were staring because we didn't know what you were doing.
I went to go check the other pool, and I was going to come back, and anybody that was there that I had told to leave was going to get a citation.
I guess, I mean, I'm still confused too why I'm getting a citation, but the other girl didn't. But I was ready to leave also. All I had was my...
You were resistant to leaving.
Well, I never said I wasn't going to.
Verbally, and
I never said I was going to stay. I just told you that we weren't being sneaky. And that wasn't us.
I'd rather not deal with you throughout the season.
I just think that's wrong because like I'm not a.
Well, y'all can go to a different pool. You're more than welcome. But these people want me to enforce that strictly.
But then you need to do it to the other girl too, because I was ready to leave. I wasn't being. All I said was we weren't sneaky and that we didn't lie to you. And then you said, you know what, you have attitude and you're detained. And then you said I'm gonna give you a citation. And then you told the other girl, since you're quiet, I won't give you anything. So I just think that's wrong because I never said I'm not leaving. I just said we weren't the ones who said that.
Okay.
So I just think it's wrong.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
I mean, it's not about sorry. It's like that's wrong. I never once resisted. Did I ever say I didn't want to leave? I stood up, like I wasn't gonna stay there.
Well, I mean, I got it all recorded and stuff.
I understand that, but again, and so do I. But like, I never once told you that I wasn't gonna leave.
Like I said, I clearly remember. Even the first time I made contact with you, You mentioned that
I said their bags. I said their bags are over there.
Right.
I said theirs. I never said mine. I said their bags are over there.
Every opportunity, like you said, you were wanting to make contact with me. I was picking up some trash, and you never once attempted to come
because
to me.
I told my sister that she needed to talk to you, not me. I'm not from here. Like this is my first time here. I don't live here. My sister does. So I told her, you need to go talk to him. And she said, well, I don't know what he's doing. And then you walked to your car, and then we sat there and waited until you're coming back, and then you drove off. I wasn't gonna go chase your car down. Like, it's just not fair. I didn't give you an attitude. I just said we're not sneaky. We didn't lie, and that someone else told you that. And then you said, well, we're gonna give you a citation. I said, okay. So I completely disagree with you because I never once resisted verbally or physically. I'm not stupid like that.
Did you want to repeat that? I didn't hear what you said last.
I said that if they hired you to mark everybody as trespassing, I believe you should do that to the other girl because I don't think that's fair. She was quiet and I was the only one who spoke up to say that we weren't being sneaky.
Since that's your friend and tell her to get over here?
I mean, if you want me to.
No. You're the one who wants me to give her a citation, so let her know. Hey, I told this officer it's not
well,
fair.
Well, no, obviously that's wrong. It's not. I'm just saying, like, I'm proving here that that's just hypocritical. I wasn't being disrespectful. All I told you is we weren't being sneaky. And you basically were saying that we were because you didn't know who said it. So you were putting us in that category, and I tried explaining that we weren't. So, okay, just get out the car then. So sorry for the crying, but, like, I was just so overwhelmed and so stressed. But I just didn't like how he was like, well, call your friend. Tell your friend you want to give her a citation. Like, no, you're telling me you got hired to give everyone a citation who doesn't have a wristband and mark them down as a trespasser. So do your job. Don't pick and choose. And he told me, like, she wasn't resisting. She was sitting down in a chair and didn't say a single word. I was also sitting down in the chair. The only difference was I was responding to you and telling you we weren't liars and we didn't make the comment that you said we probably made. Like, that's not, I wasn't resisting. I wasn't like, I'm staying here. I'm staying here. No, I'm not leaving. Like, no. If anything, we had our bags, we had our stuff, we were ready to leave. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I just didn't like how he was basically calling us liars and then giving out citations. And then because I apparently gave attitude, I'm the only person who gets a citation. Everyone's just off the hook. I just thought that was wrong. I didn't want my friend to get a citation, but I was basically telling him, like, doesn't, like, make it make sense, you know? But I did give my mom his name and his badge number. And apparently when she called Lubbock Police Department, he was off the clock. So he was working for the apartment complex, but still, like, he went about it in the wrong way. It didn't really make much sense to me. At the end of it all, he ended up giving me a warning and a criminal trespassing thing, so I'm not allowed back at my sister's apartment complex pool, which does kind of suck. So I'm gonna figure that out. But the police department did tell my mom that, you know, he shouldn't have treated me like that, and he did go about the situation wrong. And I didn't like that he was like, I'm recording, so am I.